back to the railroad track. Bring me back to the railroad track.
Run into the railroad track, run along with Captain Jack. Run into the peace come back, run along with Captain Jack. Ba-da-da-dee-da-do. Left, right, right, left. Ba-da-da-dee-da-do. Run along with Captain Jack.
Captain Jack, hey yo, Captain Jack, bring me back to the railroad track, bring me back to the railroad track.
Run into the railroad track, run along with Captain Jack. Run into the peace come back, run along with Captain Jack. Ba-da-da-dee-da-do. Left, right, right, left. Ba-da-da-dee-da-do. Run along with Captain Jack.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the six-digit European Cup. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Gami Criolla. Joining me in the commentary booth is our ever lovely Philoxen. How are you feeling, Philoxen?
Hey, what's up, guys? Feeling really excited about this matchup right
Mm-hmm.
here.
Yep. This is probably going to be one of the closest matches that we'll be seeing in the entire tournament, full stop. Ladies and gentlemen, you know these countries, you may or may not love them. It is the United Kingdom versus Germany, seed 2 versus seed 3. This is a very stacked matchup to say the very least. I mean, the UK coming into 6EC, definitely one of the strongest countries just off the back of their individual players. You have players like, Dragonfire, Perry, Crayola, High Wave, Vortex coming in from the 6WC lineup. And well, not Perry, but High Wave, Bigfoot, and Dragonfire all coming in from the 6WC lineup. Dragonfire in particular being one of, if not the best players in the tournament, full stop. So in terms of individual carries, UK definitely brings the heat and reaches that outer limit. Meanwhile, on the side of Team Germany, they are known for their consistent, all-rounded team balance. You have a whole bevy of really strong players, such as Turley Manor. You have Mewell, and that's just to name a few. Rosie Kira is on that roster for the hard drop. Rota Virgil from the 6WC 2024 team. And overall, it's just an extremely well-rounded team in general. So where the UK sort of hits higher when it comes to individual skill caps, Germany definitely prevails when it comes to overall team balance and overall consistency within their team in terms of skill set and just their overall skill cap. But yeah, Philoxen, would you like to run us down with the pool as we sort of walk into our, pick and ban phase, our protect phase as well?
Oh, yeah. Well, um, this poll will definitely be the hardest one that we've ever seen here. It's literally 5.4 star rating, where I believe at least some of both of those countries' players will start to get skill caps on certain maps. For example, the maps to look out for in terms of that like carry check is those hidden to Nomad 3 type maps that are very challenging. And yeah, I believe these countries in this matchup will be actually able to maybe secure a couple of FCs on even those hardest maps that proved that even the strongest players, for example, from Ukraine and Kazakhstan and the other really high city teams, are not that comfortable on. And right as I'm saying that, we're seeing a no mod 3 protect by Germany, by the UK. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, go for it.
Yeah, so this Nomad 3, you've already seen it. It's a custom Nomad 3 map from Prodi. It's a Breakcore
Ooh.
Nomad 3. I think you play tested it even.
Yeah,
But like, yeah, it's really hard. I think the top score on this map that we've seen
was
so far
me.
was you. No, it was like 400k or 500k, and
Yeah.
that's it. But here,
The
yeah, the UK definitely.
this No More 3 definitely is very interesting. It's a very interesting genre of map because it blends sort of your finger control alongside aim control. Not to mention a bunch of weird reading patterns that are just littered throughout the map. And overall, it comes together to make a very unique No More 3, which might not be very accessible to a large range of the player base. I think going into this No More 3 Protect, the UK definitely want to bank on their alt players, be it in High Wave and Dragon, to sort of carry that anchor for the No More 3. So yeah. Anyways, Philoxen, you were saying?
Yeah, well, like I believe that we got some correct players today. In fact, the UK played Nomad 3 last round, and all the top three individual scores were made by them. Was Bigfoot, Dragonfire, and Perry. So yeah, I believe that's gonna be one of the strongest maps for them. But Germany is replying with DT2. The classic tap-in map, zero finger control, just pure bursts. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's understandable since the UK actually doesn't have that much of tapping players.
Yep. On the other hand, we are gonna start to see our first few bands coming in. We have Great Britain starting off with the No More 1 ban. This is the No More 1 is your stereotypical A map. There's nothing too special about it. So yeah, they probably want to just try to get as much RNG out of the way as soon as possible at the beginning of the map. Meanwhile, Germany goes for the DT3 ban, which is pretty interesting if I do say so myself, because they went for a DT2 protect, yet they just do not seem to want to play around with that DT3. Perhaps really it's that finger control that they are just not comfortable on. Perhaps even if they have the raw speed required, that other element of control is just not something they want to play around with. But with that, we see the next
No,
band coming in from Germany, and it's going to be hidden to.
no, this is so good. Oh my god. Yeah, this is one of those maps that Dragonfire and I believe Highway Vortex would definitely just close this map with like 98% accuracy FC and stuff. But yeah, and probably, well, it's thoroughly manner for Germany. He knows how they play. He knows what they play. So yeah, Hidden 2 ban incoming from Germany. Unfortunately, we will not be seeing and hearing this banger being played in this match.
Yep. But with that, now we're just waiting on the final ban from the UK, I believe. And
Mm.
I could definitely see a lot of bans being understandable here. If I had to guess, they would probably look to go for maybe a DT1 ban to sort of get all of that consistency stuff that, Lunexia and Turley are just very, very strong on out of the way. And they do in fact do so with the Hard Rock 1 ban.
Oh, we
No
will not be
halation.
seeing. We will not
Thank
be seeing
God.
our meme song. Our shout is like a melody. Unfortunately,
No.
no. But
No.
yeah, the fact that the UK left the Nomad 5 slot open definitely tells that even though Germany protected DD2, the UK will still be able to rival most of the Germany's players, I believe.
Yeah. I mean, they do also have the strongest speed player in the tournament in Dragonfire. Just overall, Dragonfire being one of the few remaining 6 digits, at least at the time of the registrations closing of 6EC. Definitely one of the strongest 6 digits remaining at the time when it came to just raw pure mechanic speed. In fact, during 6WC, they probably rivaled some of the top speed players in the scene, full stop. So I would not be surprised to see, this DT2 Protect being a sort of a misplay from Germany whatsoever. And perhaps that DT3 ban from Germany it gives some context to that ban, just because, you know how strong your opponents are. If you show any sort of weakness on that, you are just I would understand if they really, really fear that Dragonfire would just be able to capitalize off that lack of comfort when it comes to the finger control. But with that,
Mm.
we're going to be jumping into the first pick of the match. It's going to be a pick from the UK to kickstart this incredibly exciting match.
Yeah, that's gonna be Hidden 3 pick. A map from Devious Panda, rhythmic finger control, like mid BPM tapping map. That's I would say is on the easier side of the pool's difficulty. So yeah, looks like
Oof, oof,
the
oof.
UK is just picking the maps that they are comfortable at and not something that Germany is just bad at. I guess that's the kind of strategy that they're going with.
This pick, I think, Philoxen, is a astoundingly good pick for the UK.
Ooh,
You look at all of the bans coming in from Germany. They banned out what the UK protected their Nomad 3. Germany banned
right?
out their Hidden 2. You know that the UK is just incredibly dominant when it comes to Hidden. You have, just ignoring Dragonfire for a sec, you have Highwave and Bigfoot, who are just very, very solid on Hidden overall. Not to mention Highwave is probably one of the premier control players still remaining in the tournament. And Formless Canvas is a map that fuses a whole bunch of elements. You have your flow aim, you have your weird rhythms, you have your even some finger control here and there. And when you tag alongside that hidden modifier onto this map, just it overall just plays incredibly well into the UK's favor.
Yep, that's right. This Hidden 3 overlaps with both Hidden 2 and DD3 that Germany banned. So, yeah, uh, so far looks very logical to me that they picked this map. And yeah, anyway, we're gonna be starting United Kingdom, put in their core lineup as Perry, Bigfoot, Dragonfire, and High
Mhm.
Wave Vortex. And Germany will be replying to that with Eden, Charlemagne, Rotter Vogel, and Katarei.
Yep. I think as much as this is a good pick from the UK, they are not quite out of the in the clear on this kind of map because I'm just eyeing Eden and Rota Vorgel on this map. I know both of them are very very strong hidden players in their own right who will be able to sort of make the score a bit interesting. But as of right now, relatively slow start for everybody. I mean, most people holding on to their combos category with that early miss, but it shouldn't matter too much. Quick reminder that this is a extremely short map coming in at a little less than 2 minutes, so every miss, every sort of combo that you can muster, no matter how big, no matter how small, will count towards the scoreline. And we in fact see a three-way miss coming in from Katarri and Virgil and 30 Manor. Eden is the only one left in the lobby. Bigfoot does trade it up, but that is just nowhere close to the magnitude of the misses coming in from the German side.
Yeah, Eden is just destroying this map with 99% accuracy, but being countered by Dragonfire and Highway Vortex also matching his accuracy and even out-hacking him. While Perry Crayola is also here, getting that third FC for United Kingdom. So only Bigfoot doesn't have the FC, but the support score is good. Um, and well,
Yep.
Germany is recovering, but still it's not enough as it's
This
one FC
is
versus three.
This is a really, really short map, so they need to make something happen. We need to see a miss from the three big FCs on the side of the UK right now if the Germany wants any chance of making this comeback. But as of right now, they are just looking to go in straight for the kill. Eden might be trying their best to hold it together, but without the miss from both Dragonfire and Perry Crayola to add on to that miss from High Wave, I don't think there's any chance of a comeback whatsoever. And the question now is not of whether they'll win the point, it's how far can they take it. And a double FC from the UK to boot. Dragonfire and Perry Crayola closing out this match with a double FC. Eden might have
Holy.
gotten a 1 mil score on this map, but that does not matter whatsoever. Dragonfire with the incredible 2-100 score on this map. I mean, what more can you say? Really,
Okay.
this is just UK's map to win. This really just
Yeah.
is UK's map to win.
Off to a scary start from the UK. Dragonfire showing why they got top one top one on many maps by individual stats in qualifiers, in round of 16, in quarterfinals by just FCing this hidden three with 200s. I believe is gonna be another top score on the map when the stats come out.
Yeah. What a way to kickstart the map. That is exactly how you want to play a first point. Just clear and utter dominance, really just to get your mental into the just to get yourself into the game and keep your mental pumping. But with that, it is now Germany's time to shine. What will they go for? Definitely see one of the free mods start coming in, as well as, maybe one of the more consistency-based maps. Could definitely see someone like, Lenexia or Turley really making some magic happen, especially on maybe one of the hard rocks even. We in fact see a normal 5 coming in from
Ooh,
Germany, and that
alright.
is pretty interesting, to say the very least. One thing to note, I think, about the UK roster is, despite having one of the best speed players right now in Dragonfire on your speed lineup, the UK really doesn't have anyone else when it comes to speed. You see High Wave, you see Perry, you see the big four of the UK: Perry, Bigfoot, High Wave, and Dragon, and you realize that of the four of them, really Dragon is the only one that's really that comfortable on speed. The others get really skill capped on speed extremely early, and so speed is definitely going to be a challenge for them moving forward. And here is probably where we'll start to see some of the newer players, the new bloods from the UK roster, rise up to the challenge. But meanwhile, Germany is the team to look for when you talk about speed. Just off the bat, just some incredible speed players all around. Might not quite match up to the caliber of Dragon, but it's just more than enough. And given how this is a 4v4, it's really about your team scores. It's really about your synergy and how you work together that matters on a map like this.
Yeah, there was a four-way FC from Germany on qualifiers, Noma too, and in fact, Eden, I believe, will be one of those few players, very few players, who will be able to match Dragonfire's accuracy on this one.
Hmm.
As Eden is known for FC in those like Noma 2 maps with like one 100 or two 100s, and
Oh, he's
yeah,
an SSer.
yeah, he's actually a really good accuracy player. So there is kind of like a mental duel between Dragonfire and Eden on this map that we're gonna be seeing. But yeah, coming instead of Highway Vortex, we're gonna be seeing FMB, a really good new tapping player that the UK has. And well, let's see how it goes.
Yo, we should, with all the players coming into the lobby, we should start to see, we should be off to the races very, very soon. We're gonna see Mewo and Zoshi make their in-match debut for this map alongside FMB on the side of the UK. This is a custom map by Chicken Nugget. It's gonna be Leaf Paraclite. I think this is a very, very well-known song, so you know, you already know the gist. This map really favors your speed, stamina. While the BPM might be a bit low for speed maps at this SR coming in at 210 BPM, the length of these bursts will definitely be extremely pronounced, and your overall consistency and your overall comfort on this BPM will definitely be put to the test.
Yeah, there is a bunch of like 15, 20 node bursts, especially close to the end. But so far, Bench is having some troubles.
Yeah, it looks like we're having some troubles from Bancho. Hopefully, we should get that fixed real quick. But from at least what we can see, everybody's holding on to their combos right now. And with Bancho clearing up, we should be able to see everybody score on the board. And we, in fact, see an 8-way FC from the entire lobby. I
And
think this is one of those maps that are a lot more accessible in terms of their skill set. So it's understandable that it'll probably be very close until the very end.
yeah, and it looks like Dragonfire is once again top hack in the lobby. Eden was SS in the map not so long ago, but that alt pattern
Mhm.
happened, and that made him lose some accuracy. Yeah, anyway,
Yeah,
still an
but
8
right
way.
now, once again, Philoxen, you mentioned the accuracy is really playing in favor of you, the UK. The top accuracy from the UK with Dragonfire at 99.7 is absolutely gapping Mewo's 86% ag. And despite the fact that there may be an 8-way FC across the board, I mean, if they just continue to hold, which is easier said than done, we might see this map go down to an ag battle, but Bigfoot goes down, and that is gonna be huge as the score immediately shifts over to the right side. The 4-way FC effort from Germany is what's causing that score to skyrocket. Already, just in a matter of seconds, that scoreline has grown to about 200k. Rota Forger finds a miss, but is it too late? Will the accuracy on the side of the UK be enough to bring it back? I don't know, because a bunch of accuracy drops coming in from the rest of the UK team. And I think going into the end of the map, there is not enough time.
Yeah,
Germany will be securing their first point on the board on number 5.
holy. And once again, a second FC from Dragonfire with 99% accuracy. Just once again, gap
Wow.
in the entire lobby. Eden not so far behind, but yeah, it just wasn't enough support scores for Dragonfire to secure that second point, and Germany will be taken their first pick, not given any chances to the UK in getting a breakpoint.
That's right, and I think this is how the match will probably go on for quite a bit. When you have two teams that are this equally matched when it comes to skill, really, you expect the just back and forth as both teams are confident and comfortable in what they know they can do. So I highly doubt that we'll be seeing any breakpoints anytime soon, at least for the next few picks.
Yeah, the first half of the match is pretty much predictable, I would say, but the second half is where the things will should get interesting.
Yep. This time it will be different. Anyways, Now the pick is back in the hands of the UK. What will they go for here? I think there's a lot of outlets that the UK could explore. Definitely eyeing that Nomad for the control, as well as the hidden one for the overall hidden abuse. I don't think that they want to dabble their fingers into the hard rocks, just off the back, or just off the fact that they don't really have any well-known hard rock players, all things considered. So yeah, that's definitely the most likely. That's definitely the most likely picks in my opinion. Could also see a Nomad 6 pick coming out as well. That's definitely in the arsenal of the UK moving forward. But we in fact see a Fremont 2 pick coming in from them, and that
Mm,
is to be expected, honestly, because given how this map is probably on the lower on the lower side, on the more gimmicky side, pardon me, definitely allows the UK to play a lot more with the low AR. I mean, given how Germany banned out the hidden 2, it is definitely understandable that they probably want to play to that weakness.
yeah, but speaking of this map, it is significantly significantly easier than the Hidden 2. Because as this map
Mhm.
it has like jumps, it has jumps and tapping. It's just bursty aim. And I think that the main difficulty of the map comes from the one third part that's like at the last 1 minute of the song. And we've been seeing this map being picked a lot. And the team scores, even from the lower seeded teams, were not bad at all. So I believe even though United Kingdom is picking that, they need to realize that Germany will also have a lot of players who are more than capable of playing this map and getting an FC.
Yep.
So kind of an RNG pick personally, I feel like,
Hmm.
but well, we'll see.
See how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think coming into the lobby, we're probably gonna see Rota Virgil and Lunexia come in for the hidden, and meanwhile on the side of the UK, probably gonna expect either hidden or easy coming in from Bigfoot alongside a hidden maybe from Dragonfire, and then to round it off, you have the Hard Rocks from Perry and Cattery, if I had to guess.
Hmm. My guess would be that Rotor Vogel would go with Hard Rock and not with Hidden because just speaking of their qualifiers results, they got top 1 on Hard Rock 2. So,
Hmm.
and that's what we are seeing. And I believe Katarei just goes Nomad for that
Oh really?
stable
All right.
score. Oh wait, no, wait, are they? Oh, they're overmoding.
Oh.
And for the UK, it's double easy from Bigfoot and Dragonfire.
Ah yes, the duality of Tawny players.
Yeah, what a mod combination
Yeah, but I
from
have no
both
idea what
teams.
these mod combinations are, but I think this definitely makes a lot of sense from Bigfoot and Dragonfire. They probably want to guarantee that easy score on easy, because both of them being extremely seasoned easy player. Wow, Jesus Christ, are definitely gonna look very very comfortable on this map. But meanwhile, Germany confident as ever with the triple hidden overmod. Definitely very impressive, to say the very least. And Dragonfire being the first one to miss is gonna be huge for the side of
And
Team Germany right
again,
now. Because Dragonfire is just losing focus on the map. And in fact, with that scoreline is now racing towards the right side, as there are still two SSs on the side of Team Germany.
oh no, oh Dragonhair is not happy. Dragonhair is not
Dragonfire is
happy
not
with what
happy.
he's doing. Probably the map is just too easy for them on easy, so they
Yeah.
get sleepy or something. I don't know, but
And
anyway,
yeah, this is a extremely short map coming at 2 minutes, and with that miss from Bigfoot, the situation is looking dire for the UK.
oh
A
god,
complete combo reset. Oh, that was a bunch of miss from Bigfoot, but nonetheless, a miss from High Wave and Perry Crayola is probably gonna seal the fate of the UK. It seems as though this easy gambit was not really the best of ideas, all things considered, as it's clear to see that Germany, on the other hand, are just running away with this lead. Eden and Lunexia both with the hidden FCs, just an unstoppable force on this map. And yeah, we will be seeing our first breakpoint go to Germany on this free mod too.
Yeah, Eden and Lexia clearing this map with double FC is a. I think Eden has FC like every map since the first one. So yeah, really great consistency from the German new tournament player. It's really impressive. And yeah, that's gonna be your first break point. Germany is gonna be taking over the lead, and now it's their pick again.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just that they have to pick something really good to run away with that lead and to hold on to that lead, because getting a breakpoint against the UK is definitely a really important thing that if you accomplish, you just cannot offer by like losing another breakpoint.
Yep, that's right. That level of security that Germany has now guaranteed for themselves definitely looks very good for them going into this match. It's in these high seed matches where usually you'd expect to see the scoreboard go back and forth, but having that early lead is definitely a great buff to your mental moving forward. But now the question is, will Germany be able to convert this early breakpoint into a lead? And what map will they go for is the question.
Yeah, they ran out of their tablet picks. I mean, they still have DT2, but I feel like it is a bit too early to use their protect for it. Um, so maybe something like Nomad 4, since it also has some tapping, although it's like mixed tack. Like it has a bunch of bursts, so might be working. But now Germany will be going with this safe option, using their protect DT2.
Yep, as good as a time as ever to use your protect, honestly. Getting that convenient point on the board, just putting out what you know you can win on is early on. Very good decisions made by Germany here. So tell me a bit about this map, Philoxen. I believe this is mapped by the YFBM BMP mapper, who is known for their really high density tapping maps, I believe.
Yeah, so while Nomad 5 has those that stamina check and 210 long long bursts, this one is more of a high BPM speed cap check. It's 232 BPM, 5 node bursts. There's a lot of them, and at some parts they're really dense. So yeah, that's gonna be problematic for a couple of players. But also, this map is really short. It's like 120 minutes. So yeah, many RNG stuff might happen on this map, and well, because just picking up previous matches, this map there happened a lot of breakpoints on this exact DT2, just because like how short it is and yeah, how stable the
Yeah.
players are.
This, I believe, is the fastest, the fastest raw speed map in the pool, I believe. So yeah, definitely gonna be testing these players' speed cap to the very max. From what we saw in the Nomad 5, I believe it was Merrill who really struggled on the side of Team Germany when it came to the accuracy department. But meanwhile, on the United Kingdom side, I mean, FMB, Bigfoot, and Perry towards the very end, where the longer stamina speed patterns started to come in, they really started to tank on their accuracy. So I think going into this match, even though it is very short, the favor is definitely the point, or at least the favorite to win this point, is definitely in favor of Germany.
Yeah, at this point you just have to match if you're the UK to at least get a chance.
Yeah, but let's see how this goes. We immediately see our first few bursts, nothing too crazy. But when this map picks up, it definitely gets very scary. One thing to note about this map is that the aim on this map is rather awkward because of its linear nature. There's a lot of bursts into, single notes that, might trip some of these players up here and there. But as of right now, it looks like everybody in the lobby is sort of cruising through this early section. But Eden and Memo gonna be the first one to find a miss. And this is an extremely short map. We're already halfway through. And with that, the 4-way FC from the UK is going to cause the score to move in favor of the left side extremely quickly.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Germany as
Oh
their
my goodness.
the UK's 4-way FC and um with the lead of Dragonfire with 99.7 accuracy
Oh!
traded by FMB, but still be not enough. It's 3 versus 2. Eden and Mavo they recovered, but it's just not enough because it's the last quarter of the map,
Oh
like
my
20 seconds
goodness.
left. And is it gonna be another breakpoint?
Yeah, I think so, Philox. And Perry Crayola might find a miss, but
Ooh.
Rota at Voja at the very end seals the nail in the coffin. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, the UK, staring down Team Germany on their own protect, manages to immediately yoink that breakpoint right back from their hands and takes the match 2-2. Wow. This honestly, this interaction sets a precedent for this entire match moving forward. On even your protects, you are never safe, and that is probably what sums up this match in a very well. You need to constantly be on your toes. You need to be constantly focused when it comes to this match because one blink and your opponents might just immediately steal that point from you.
Yeah, that changed the game so much. Germany now doesn't have their protect, and it's 2-2. Well, the UK still have no mod 3, which I believe they're gonna use really soon. And yeah, just speaking of how good they are at alt, they still have that free mod 3 slot open. But anyway, there's gonna be a protect after protect. So no mod 3 is gonna be played right now.
Yep. Immediately responding with their protect, they don't want to drop any more points on the board.
Yeah, I believe we're gonna be seeing the UK's core roster, like Dragonfire, Highway, Bigfoot, and Perry. So picking that map to just let the more experienced players play for you and uh, yeah, and get those stable scores. While Germany, I believe we're gonna be seeing Lenexia join the lobby. Well, I guess not. But yeah, now it's gonna be Turley. Alright. The captain is joining the lobby. And for United Kingdom, it's actually gonna be Isaac. So yep,
Ooh.
another substitution.
Alright, we're gonna in fact see Isaac at JSY making their in-match debut on this map. Looks like Perry will be sitting out of this, understandably so.
Yep.
Probably not too confident on the low BPM, control the aspect of the map.
Mhm.
But meanwhile, we are seeing Lunexia coming in for this map, and Lunexia definitely one of the scarier names on the side of Team Germany, known for their overall low BPM consistency, especially on aim. So yeah, we'll be seeing
Yeah.
how this point goes. Me personally, I'm very excited to see this map being played. The flow on this map is extremely demon. A lot of weird cut patterns at 135 BPM. Not to mention the reading on this map is surprisingly difficult. And overall, it's a very difficult map to be consistent on.
Yeah, I'd say this map is the hardest after Hidden 2. If not the hardest. But yeah, this time we're getting those cracked players to play this map, so let the show begin. This map starts off really slowly, and everything before the first KI is pretty chill. So I believe we're not gonna be seeing any breaks in like next 30 seconds. But the real fun will begin once the first KI starts, and yeah, for now we'll just wait for it.
Yep.
Oh,
Isaac JSY gonna be the first one to go down, and that is going to be a good boon for Germany, but it is still early days in the map. There's still 3 minutes left in the tank, so it is still anybody's game. As of right now, we are just seeing the map play out. So it's sort of the slow free combo section of the map, but when the break call drums start to kick in, that's where you start to see these doubles, and we are immediately jumping straight into it. The next are gonna be the first one to fall on the side of Team Germany. Isaac doing a very, very good job building that combo back. Rota Voja finds a miss as well to boot. High Wave, however, trades it up right after, and right now the score line is still dead even between both teams.
Yeah, Cataray also fighting a break. Same for Dragonfire. Now just
Oh,
1 versus 1. Bigfoot versus Mevo are 1v1 in each
oh
other.
my goodness! But Bigfoot and Isaac both find a miss, and Memo now is the only one in the lobby to hold 600 combo and counting. Will they be able to hold to the very end of this KI? That could be absolutely huge for Team Germany. Even though the accuracy is not the best in the lobby, that combo far that makes
No.
up for it. But Memo goes down, and that score is not going to shift over to the side of Team Germany.
This is gonna be so close. At the end, Lunaxia just had 400 combo, but they lost it, and now it's 60k score difference. And Dragonfire and Hybrid Vortex seem like the only ones with combo, and that's gonna make the score shift even more towards the UK.
Yeah, that's right. The situation is this map is still extremely close. Only 100k score difference between these two teams, but Dragonfire finally poised from their initial miss at the very beginning of the map, looking to walk towards the last third of the map with a massive 99.23% 600 combo. There is nobody in the lobby whatsoever who can hold a key to the dominance that Dragonfire is displaying right now, and it's just a question of how far can they take it. They finally go down, but I think the damage that they've dealt to the score lead is just too massive for Germany to come back from.
Yeah, this is it. 200k score difference, and there is nothing hard on the map left. It's just a really long outro, and yeah, the combo situation is equal on both sides, and the score is not gonna be moving anywhere. And was that the UK, I believe, will be securing their protect and taking over the lead. It's gonna be 3-2.
Yep, that's right. A very good protect from the UK and a very dominant victory to boot. Dragonfire hard gapping the entire lobby with that massive 538k score. I mean, what can you even do against that performance?
Yeah, the accuracy is on point as well. And
That's really nothing
yeah,
you can do.
there's nothing you can do if you're Germany, but now it's actually not that bad for Germany. It's still their pick, and they just traded breakpoints. Like, yeah, it's still pretty much doable, and I don't think Germany um is gonna be losing their grip. But yeah, let's just see what they go with.
You what gaming?
What?
Sorry, sorry, brain
Bro.
rot. This is average
Nah.
committee and philosophy commentary. The next pick will go to Germany, and the question is, what will they go for moving forward? I think that the Hard Rocks are still open. Could definitely see a player like Rosie, Kira, or Mel really shining on the Hard Rocks, especially given how the UK doesn't really have their specialized Hard Rock players, with the exception of maybe Perry Crayola. Could also
Yeah.
see, them maybe going for a free mod, given how they did win that free mod too. Maybe they want to sort of dabble into the free mods a bit more. But that's it.
Mm.
We'll just have to wait and
Uh,
see.
Honestly, I believe a really scary pick for the UK would be Hard Rock 3, as it is both tech and tapping, and it is in Hard Rock. So yeah, it's just very problematic for the players from the UK to play that. But anyway, the prediction will not be happening because it is Hard
Oh
Rock
my
2.
god. Oh, and we see Hard Rock 2 a little messed up. I love this song so much, Philoxen. I don't know about you. It is a really,
That
really good song. Our second
the
wave
song
summoned
is
in the pool, I believe.
oh, what the okay. Yeah, the
Yeah.
song is really good, but looks like the players have been hating on this map because this map was literally getting banned in every single fucking match.
It's
And
a
now
really,
we're
really
fine
difficult map, yeah.
yeah, and now we're finally seeing it being picked by Germany.
Sisyphus is saying, bro, this is so fucked. I want to root for both sides. Well, lucky for you, I don't want any of these teams to win ECA. So, like, it's balanced.
It's balanced. It's
Anyways,
not biased, right?
a little messed up. This is a very pretty standard Hard Rock 2 to say the very least. A lot of just overall tests on your precision. Gonna be testing your consistency on that CS 6.5 that everybody knows.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna be seeing Rosie and Terly hop into the lobby. Yeah, Terly Manor, the famous ant gamer.
And
Um,
gamer.
yeah, yeah. And Rosie Kira, um, a relatively experienced new hard rock player in 6 digit, gonna be showing why they are famous for their hard rock skills on this hard rock too.
I mean, not to mention Mevo as well from in the past, a stellar hard rock player coming back for this 6EC season. Definitely one of the scarier hard rock players to step foot in this tournament. But on the other hand, I mean, we are seeing the UK's hard rock specialist in FMB coming in alongside Perry Crayola, known for being their hard rock anchor overall. And so I think this is gonna be a really interesting map to watch. Although I do think that this point is probably going to play in heavy favor to Team Germany, just off the back of Rosie Kira and Rosie Kira in particular being the premier hard rock specialist in 6EC, and Turley Manor just being overall a very strong player on aim.
Yeah, just on papers and by looking at their experience, you can definitely tell that Germany will be feeling way more comfortable on the map, but the UK will still have chances. And
Yep,
yes, so
that's right.
far,
It's gonna be a pretty slow start to the map. But don't let the chillness of the song fool you. When the KI comes, oh man, it is very, very rough. The spacing in this map is surprisingly large, and it's very, very tricky. Despite this map not being too fast, the jumps are very, very nerve-wracking to hit, especially when you're under pressure. But here we go. The flow comes in. FMB is going to be the first one to miss on the early flow patterns. And right now, that lead is going to shift in favor of Team Germany as they are holding that 4-way FC. But there is a lot of room to find that shit miss that the UK need to bring it back. And Rota Vojao just delivers exactly that. Mewo as well to boot. There are 3 FCs to 2 in a few seconds. That the
oh,
scoreline, the combo lead has shifted from shifted to a 3-way FC to a 1-way FC from the side of Team Germany. It's just Hurley left to hold down the floodgates.
yeah,
Holy!
the accuracy. Oh my god, and totally
Oh
losing
my
their last
gosh.
FC. It's now 0 versus 2 FCs, just Perry Crayola and Bigfoot holding very strong. And Bigfoot is gapping everyone not only by her score but also with the accuracy. 90. Okay, it used to be 94, but anyway, yeah, the accuracy is still pretty decent. But
That's
of
right.
course, the part that matters the most is the
Oh!
combo game. Perry's losing the
Harry,
FC.
Harry does fall, and it is still not over, but Bigfoot, the looming presence in this map, is just going to be up to whether she is willing to give up that opportunity. Whether she's willing to give that opportunity to Team Germany to make this comeback. Mewo is doing a relatively good job finding that recovery, but unless Bigfoot falls, there is no way that Team Germany will be able to secure this Hard Rock 2 point. It is looking really good for the team for the UK right now. But Bigfoot goes down
Oh
as
god.
soon as the break ends. But the question is that even going to be enough time? I mean, there's only an eighth of the map left. That score might shift very quickly, but
I don't
I
think
just don't
so.
think that there is enough time, especially with the accuracy just not playing in their favor.
Yeah, there's a
That's
combo
going to...
reset at the end for Team Germany as well, so it's not gonna be doable, unfortunately. Another breakpoint, a third breakpoint in our match. And
Yeah, that is going to be the Hard Rock 2. The UK will be walking away with a breakpoint of their own. on this Hard Rock 2. And that is going to be the map. Now the question is, will Team Germany be able to immediately steal this point back? I mean, the UK, with how the sequence of the picks are going, the UK is poised in a very, very good position right now with this break point in hand, because if they manage to win this next point, they take the match from 4-2 to 5-2, which is a whopping 3 point difference, and they have their own pick to do so. So
Yeah,
really, it's
and
looking really good for the UK right now.
what do we predict for them to pick? I personally feel like something like Free Mod 3 would work really well here, as it is another alt map, and it's 4 minutes long, so it not only tests your alt abilities, but consistency as well, which Highway, Vortex, Bigfoot are really good at. So yeah, maybe
Yeah.
that's only my prediction for it. But might be as well something just more like aim focused.
Yeah, I mean, on the other hand, I could definitely see, maybe a no mod 2 coming in from them, just trying to get trying to get the high act FC from Dragonfire to come in for the carry. On the other hand, yeah, I definitely agree. The free mod 3 pick makes a lot of sense for the UK. Just overall, just trying to pick as much all as possible, as much control as possible. But instead, we are gonna see
Ooh.
a Hard Rock 3, and I was about to mention this, but Hard Rock 3 is a surprisingly good pick for them. Having walked out of the Hard Rock 2 in a decisive and convincing victory, and going into the Control Hard Rock, I think there is a lot going for this pick for the UK.
Yeah, well, I know that for Germany this hierarchy is not very pleasant for sure, but on the other hand, I'm not sure about the UK as well, because it has a lot of those 190 BPM bursts that might be really problematic for most of Great Britain's harder players, as that is not what they specialize in.
Oh, well, let's see how Crave goes. This is a banger of a map. This map comes in at sort of the middling BPM of 192, and overall tests a good blend of slider and tapping tech. But of course, the main attraction is going to be that Hard Rock. I know Tech Hard Rock is not something that many players are really accustomed to, especially when you tag alongside, the high AR aspect of the map with the overall density that tech maps usually bring to the table. I think the player to really look out for on this map is definitely going to be Perry Crayola. They're known for being a very, very scary hard rock tech player in particular. And in fact, we're going to see the core 4 lineup of the UK coming in for this map. Meanwhile, Germany is responding with their own very, very scary core. Eden back in the lobby to wreak havoc alongside Tully Manom and Mewo and Rotavogel. There's overall very, very strong rosters from both sides. And I think this map could really swing either way. Oh, it looks like we're gonna see FMB sub in for High Wave on this Hard Rock 3, and understandably so.
Yeah, I believe the UK picked this map because this map is one of those maps where um, that you can pick just by relying to your carries. Because like I don't think many of even those players of those C2, C3 players are able to FC this map. So I think if the UK has those carries, at least one or two, then yeah, they should be comfortable in it. And I think we should look out for Dragonfire and Parry for this exact map.
But hey, let's see how this map goes. I'm very excited to see how this plays out. This map comes in at around 230 BPM, so it's a bit shorter than what we've been seeing in this match. But that said, there are, I believe, two big diss spikes in the map that these players will need to sort of duke it out on. But yeah, with that, let's jump straight into Crave by Litmus.
And Turley and Eden will be the first ones to find a break. And just look at the accuracies. It's Perry and Dragonfire gapping the entire lobby once again, except for Rotter Vogel still holding so dearly with 94%. But yeah, with that, Eden will be finding another break, so it's 4 versus 2 FCs. And
Yeah.
yeah, so far, the pick is paying off.
Yeah, this is looking very, very good for the UK going into this more chill section. Turley is doing a very, very good job finding that recovery combo, but those misses from Eden are not working in Germany's favor. And meanwhile, I mean, Dragon, the big bird of the floor, 96% act, 97% act and counting, not to mention Perry right behind them with a very, very solid 93% act. FC, the boot. And really, going into the second half, I mean, it looks really, really difficult for the UK to lose this point. I mean, even though Germany are looking very, very, very scary with the double FC from Rota Vogel and Melo, they need more. They need more effort. And with the next slider section coming in, their time is running out.
No one is breaking except for Eden, although this part of the map is arguably the hardest part of the map. And okay, that's gonna be double break from Bigfoot and FMB, leaving Perry and Dragonfire all alone against two other FCs.
Oh!
Oh, but Perry's gonna be losing one of those, so it's just Dragonfire versus two FCs from Germany.
That score is declining rapidly, but once again, I don't know if there's gonna be enough time unless Dragon finds a miss right now. I don't know if the double FC from Rota Vodra and Memo will be enough to make this comeback. And as the last few sliders come in, the map is over. And despite a valiant effort from Rota Vodra and Memo, the combination of their four-way FC, of the UK's four-way FC in the earlier sections of the map, alongside Dragonfire's absolutely massive 97% Act FC, there's really nothing they can do.
Just not enough. Yeah, looks like some of the players from Germany are starting to get skill capped on those hard rock maps. So I was doubting the UK, you know, how they have a low skill cap. Now I admitted my mistake. The lowest score for the
Loser.
UK being 500k. Shut the fuck up. The lowest score for the UK being 500k is definitely something really impressive, especially on that Hard Rock 3 map.
Yeah, but with that, ladies and gentlemen, the UK are now cruising all the way to a 5-2 lead. A 3-point lead in favor of the UK, taking the match to match point. And from here on out, Germany is facing an incredibly difficult uphill battle. I mean, every single point that Germany goes for from this point on is a threat of just losing the match right then and there. And with the momentum that the UK have generated, I really think that the UK is sitting in a very, very good spot to just take the match right here, right now.
Yeah, but well, we never know. We've already seen a bunch of comebacks, crazy comebacks, in previous six EC rounds. For example, Spain versus Netherlands, winning from 4-2 to 5-4. For I believe it was Kazakhstan versus Belarus once again. Belarus making a comeback from 4-1 to 5-4. So yeah, you never know, and it's definitely not over for Team Germany.
But while you say that, it is going to be a no mod 2 pick from Turley. Once again,
Okay.
given how Germany has shown that they are the more pronounced team when it comes to the tapping just off the back of that no mod 5, especially when it comes to stamina, this no mod 2 pick definitely seems like a warranted one. But that said, the BPM of this map is really, really low, and I think with this map just shooting at a BPM of less than 170, I think the added accessibility that provides really gives the UK the opportunity that they need to sort of, you know, contest this pick quite a bit. And it will be a difficult battle for Germany, I think, going into this no mod 2.
Yeah, the question is how these players will hit those flow streams, especially those ones at the last KI are gonna be really tricky. And yeah, if you're holding an FC and you're seeing those streams, then yeah, it's just very scary to hit them. So Yeah, it's not only it's a flow Noma 2 map, but it also tests your stamina a bit. Um, but yeah, the BPM is relatively low, so should be fine for most of the UK's players. But regardless of that, we're gonna be seeing Ghost Utos substituting Perry Crayola.
Yep,
And
we're gonna be seeing Ghost Utos to make their first appearance in this match. And yeah, I'm gonna be excited to see how they perform. Ghost Utos, one of the newer players in the UK lineup. Haven't seen them much here. I've seen them around, haven't seen them much. So very excited to see how they play on this map. But of course, the scary name in the lobby is going to be Lunexia, known for being one of the scariest No Mod 2 players in general, and just overall being a very strong player, especially on this kind of BPM.
yeah,
So
you're
yeah, let's
right.
see how
And
this goes.
yeah, that's gonna be even more challenging for the UK as they only have two of their core roster members joining the lobby. So yeah, let's get started.
Yep, this map is pretty short, coming in a little less than 2 minutes.
This map is
So
pretty short, but it has like 1,000 combo
yeah,
in it. So
it's
yeah.
very very dense in its difficulty. Off the bat, we see a bunch of egg drops coming in from Ghost and FMB, sort of setting a precedent for the level of comfort on this map. But Eden going to be the first one to miss. It looks like they've sort of lost their luster from the beginning of the match where they were just FCing everything. But with
Ooh.
that said, FMB and Ghost both lose out on both of their FCs going into the aim section of this map.
Yeah, that leaves once again the perma lobby duo of Bigfoot and Dragonfire with double FC against 3-way FC from Germany and a really great support score from Eden.
Yeah, but it's looking really, really rough as there is still a three-way FC on the side of Team Germany with substantially better accuracy than what we're seeing from the UK right now. Really, aside from Dragonfire and Bigfoot, it looks like the rest of the team is not too comfortable on this map. And with that miss from Dragonfire, I think that scoreline is just going to continue to skyrocket to the side of Team Germany.
Yeah, everyone hitting that flow stream. And yeah, I guess the question for now is just how much will they amplify their lead. But okay, the double break from Rotter and Kature were unfortunate. That leaves Lunexia the only one FC in. With a great support score from Eden. But even if like they both break, I don't think 600k score difference is something that Bigfoot can pull back with all the respect.
Yeah, a very valiant effort from Bigfoot, but Germany will be putting another point on the board, taking the match 5-3. While they are not out of the clear just yet, this is good progress to sort of get that mental back in the game. But right now, this is where it gets scary because the UK are now on match point on their own pick. So Germany needs to be very careful and they need to be on their toes for this next pick from the UK.
Yeah, the next is finally in for the money. FC in this Noma too. So yeah, I believe if Germany wants to pick something, it has to be a map where Lunexia has to play. But well, the problem is that it's gonna be the United Kingdom's pick this time.
Yep, that's right. And well, I could definitely see them going for a few different outlets. I could but I think the most I think the clearest one for me is definitely going to be either a no mod 4 or one of the free mods, if I had to guess.
Yeah,
No mod 6 is that
that's
also
reasonable.
definitely in that ballpark, but it's sort of gambly because really, if you go no mod 6, you're sort of gambling on what they can do, but they do in fact go for the no mod 6 pick. Never mind. They're looking
Oh,
to go for the no mod 6 to try
looks
to
like
end
it.
it off right here, right now.
Right, gonna be Roxanne. Your AR 7.6 gimmick aim map with a bunch of overlaps, which is also a banger.
Wow, okay, okay. Okay, white generic jump.
Why didn't
Yep. This map is definitely this pick is definitely understandable for the UK. We saw how in that free mod 2 they went double easy. So if anything, this map that was just a precursor to what we'll be seeing in this map. We're probably gonna see Dragonfire and Bigfoot be the star players on this kind of low AR map, and with the supporting players from high, with the support from High Wave and maybe Parry, I think they will definitely be able to put out a very solid score on this map.
Yeah, and okay, it looks like Germany is just practicing the map because there is no one in the lobby right now.
They're really thinking about it. They're thinking about their lineup.
That was not in their calculations.
God damn it.
Oh, goddamn Dragonfire! My favorite German player.
My favorite German player, Rio. Yeah, but Philoxen, tell us a bit more about this map, I think. Is it
Ooh,
just
this map.
about the overlap reading and the density?
Yeah, it has like those full screen jumps that which are also overlapping with each other. Um, in AR 7.6. Um, yeah, maybe some rhythmic part, which is like yeah, there is a rhythmic part which is hard in the first 20 seconds of the map, but after that the maps get a bit easier, I would say. But like still, the overlaps are gonna be haunting you until the end of the map. And yeah, this map has not been picked a lot. Same story goes for Hidden 2 because these gimmick maps are really challenging.
Yeah, but it seems as though we are actually gonna see a timeout from Team Germany, and understandably so,
Oh.
given how this is the deciding point of the map. I think after this point, they have their own pick. They have the pick in their hands, and they have fate left in their hands. But for this map in particular, I mean, they need to win it in order for them to even have a chance of moving towards the tiebreaker. So yeah, they really want to sort of regain their bearings, really lock in and focus up for this incredibly important No Mod 6.
Yeah, definitely need that timeout to maybe like reduce your nerves, to practice the map as well, and to just maybe the captain to motivate your team. So yeah, that's a
Yep.
very useful timeout here. But regardless of that, now we gotta yap about something for 2 more minutes.
So like, so like, so like,
So
so
like,
like, so like, you know how 6W. So like, Philoxen, have you done your basis for 6WC pooling?
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
What about
yeah,
it?
yeah. What are you pulling in grands?
In grands?
Yeah, what are you pulling for 6WC grands, bro?
The deceit?
Oh yeah, the deceit.
Yeah,
Are you gonna
yeah,
put
the
the
deceit.
agony as well?
For tiebreaker. Yeah.
Yeah. And I got we gotta put succumb on number
Mm-hmm.
one. Yeah, and
Okay,
then
okay.
WWW Hoshimaya Toto on
Yes.
DT1.
What?
Yep. And wait, and hear this revolutionary shit. Horizon Blue DT3.
What?
Nobody
Wait,
has ever seen this
I've
shit
never heard.
before.
Wait, I've never heard of this map. Is it
No,
good?
you've never heard of Horizon Blue? That
I've
is
never
insane,
heard.
Philoxen.
I've never heard of the map called Horizon Blue. Is it a
That is
part?
insane.
Is it a
Is it?
part of the?
Yo.
Is it a part of those mirrors maps?
Whoa. Oh wait, it looks like we are back. The players are back in the lobby as we are busy
Ooh,
talking about absolutely
holy
fucking
shit.
nothing.
Okay, good luck, have fans in chat. So we're getting started.
Yeah,
Let's
it
go.
looks like we're gonna see the core four of the UK coming in for this map. Meanwhile, we're gonna see Katarri, Lunexia, Mewo, and Eden. This is the decisive point in the match, and everybody is probably feeling the nerves right now on this map. So let's see how this goes.
Yeah, I just saw like a little shake from a couple of German players, even at the beginning. So yeah, you know this is gonna be really important for them. Early break from Eden in the beginning, but it doesn't really matter. The map is relatively long, so yeah.
Yeah, that's it though. Not that. That's it though. That 4-way FC from the UK can start to become very, very scary, especially with the accuracies lying in heavy favor of them. Perry does find a miss on the sliders, which is going to, I think, bring that scoreline back in favor of Team Germany, as Eden, with that very strong recovery combo, is gonna look to pull that scoreline back. But there is still 2/3 of the map. They need to survive through this next section. And well, easier said than done.
Yeah, Germany definitely does not want to lose this map. They're holding on those combos so dearly, and still here we are approaching another really hard part of the map, the second Ki. The lead is
Oh my
slowly but
goodness.
surely shifting to the German side, and
And it's
still
on
no
these
break.
and it's on these maps where your density is really, really high that these patterns get very, very easy to lose focus
Oh my
on.
god.
And right now, I mean, it's just an absolute standstill. Really, it is still anybody's game. The accuracy might be in favor of the UK, but
Oh
Germany
no.
has the combo. But Germany, Eden finds that miss. And I think the situation is really dire for them. And Katarina and Lunexia definitely do not add to that whatsoever. Perry Crayola with the recovery to boot. But Perry, Bigfoot, and High Wave all miss at the same time. But the final FC from Team Germany goes down. And who else is the one to hold but Dragonfire?
No.
Walking towards the last eighth of the map with a astounding almost 99% Ag FC. I mean, what do you even do against the monolith that is Dragonfire? Arguably one of the best players in the tournament whatsoever. Tournament, full stop. And it is on full display on this final match. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to the UK for moving out of this winner side finals match, winner side semifinals match as the victor in a very dominant 6-3 lead. What a
Yeah,
match.
Dragonfire will be clearing the outcome of the match in their classical manner. And yeah, they're gonna be advancing to the finals winners bracket. And guess who they will have to play next week?
Oh, hell nah. FF.
This is gonna be United Kingdom versus Russia, Seed 1 versus Seed 2.
Holy.
Yeah, but anyway, nice try to Germany for sure. Were a lot of close maps that they might have taken, but yeah, just being a
Yep.
bit unfortunate. And anyway, when you're playing against those crazy experienced players such as Dragonfire, Bigfoot, Highway Warlock Perry, there is, yeah, it's really hard to do anything.
Yep. For what it's worth, the UK, the Germany definitely put up a very good fight, and I definitely think that they are in big contention to reach, to reach the end of finals and make it the grands, for their rematch against whoever is there. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for watching. Huge shout outs to all the people involved in making this match happen. Shout outs to Hopes for being the ref for this match alongside Fraon, our lovely streamer who's been doing the whole bulk of streaming for 6EC. Huge shout outs to him. 6EC would not be half as well covered if it weren't for Fraon. But yeah, as well as, of course, I cannot forget my lovely co-cast. Thank you so much, Philoxen, for joining me for this match. Do you
Hey,
have any last words?
yeah, guys, we hope you enjoyed the match, and there's still gonna be a couple of more matches today, so we're gonna keep you in touch. And yeah, thank you, Gamili, for joining us today. Yeah, always a pleasure. And yeah,
Yep,
I
it was
think
the
we're gonna be.
pleasure.
Yep.
The pleasure is all mine. But yeah, with that, ladies and gentlemen, my name has been Gavin Criolla. His name was Philoxen. And we will see you in the next stream. Goodbye.
Bye.